Hello everybody, it's me, and this is gonna be a different kind of video that I've made. Mostly because it's just gonna be me talking about my experiences I've had, and what is kind of wrong with the community. I think if you just really want to know, like, really quick, I think it's just really toxic, but I can get into more evidence, and I have been in a lot of toxic situations in this game. The first one was I'm not gonna really get in depth on this one, but it was the Ursnack Wallbreaker thing. I'm not gonna get into a lot of depth about that, but basically I mispronounced something and then I got attacked for 2 months straight just because I mispronounced something. So that was fun. But what really motivated me to actually make this video was the 7 situation that happened and how I didn't do like much wrong, and yet they made me feel like I did everything wrong. But I'm gonna explain a few more details because most of you probably know the image I showed in the post with 7. That was an impersonator that we figured out. So after all of that happened, I looked back on it and realized how poorly I think the main account like handled it. I'm not sure, but basically I was being messaged about like, why are your sets like bad, or like, why are your sets unconventional, with the quotations, and I was just like, hey, what do you mean? And honestly, I didn't really want to deal with it, so after he gave his reasoning and stuff, I just kind of blocked him. And this is where all of it comes in. He decides to go and tell all of his friends that I just blocked him and the reasoning as to why. And then he decides to go on and then call me a bunch of really like mean things. And then that got all of his friends to attack me. And then when the impersonator comes, just makes everything worse, right? And the problem is, I had no idea that impersonator existed, and yet he still got mad at me. That's what's stupid. But that's the problem, is that we just get mad at everything. I don't know what it is. I think we're just bored. That's the problem, is we are just really bored waiting for something to happen. We just take out our boredom on other people and try to get something entertaining out of our day. It's sad, but that's what it is. You can see a lot of toxicity from like everywhere, and you'll see people complaining, like, I don't know what it is, but whenever I make like sets that are not even supposed to be competitively good, like, they will still scream at me like, why did you make that, or something. And it's for fun, and I don't think a lot of players realize what fun is, and that's the issue, because this is a video game. It's supposed to be for fun, and some people, from what I've experienced, don't realize that, or they do, or they just don't want to. I don't know. You know, if you've had experiences with it, you know what I mean. But yeah, I've been attacked multiple times because I make sets that are not supposed to be good, but they're supposed to be fun for a specific purpose. Well, some of them that I make, I want to be valuable, but a lot of them are just for fun, because mostly I don't want to have to go through all the calculations on what can survive what. Sometimes I'll do that if there's a Loomian that I really, really like. But nah, that's not usually what I do. If you're new here, then welcome, hello. I'm here to make fun sets and enjoy the game. But I get attacked for trying to make the game fun. And while I'm waiting for new content, I'm trying to push out a lot of new things. Like, heck, I made this. I made a pure nimble cephalops that actually kind of worked. And I don't know. That's just the kind of stuff that I do, is just try to enjoy the game. And I just get attacked for it. I know it's honestly, I genuinely do not know why I get attacked like this. Is it because they do not like me? Is it because they don't like my voice? They don't like my channel? They don't like that I just randomly popped out of nowhere? I really don't know. I don't know. But that's our problem in this community, is that we're just toxic. And there is a lot of good players, though. There's a lot of high level good players. Like everyone in the league that I was in, those guys are really fun. That was like the best experience I've had with competitive Loomian Legacy. That was the best one I've had. And anything else is just everyone screaming at each other. It's toxicity. And yeah, just be careful, man. You really can't say anything wrong, or you're just gonna die. That's the issue. You can't say anything wrong. You just have to be literally perfect, agree with everything everyone else says, and you'll still get attacked. It happened with one of my mods like yesterday. They got harassed and bullied for doing one of the fake this account is a scammer or something. And yeah, I just think we get offended like too easily, or we're just too bored and we actually want to have something to do, so we take our boredom out on other people. But yeah, I think most toxic players assume that words don't mean anything, and it's really actions that cause problems, when words are probably more effective than actions in some scenarios. But if you were to stab somebody when they were just talking about how gummy bears are yummy, then I think actions would have caused a little more there. But that's what I think with a lot of toxic people, is that it's really them thinking that words don't have an effect, when I personally think that they do. Because when you go against an argument with a toxic player, they'll just like they'll just keep calling you names and like put you down, and like that's why you don't get into arguments with those people, is because they don't know any better. They just want to keep insulting you because they're bored and they think it's funny. But it's really not. That's what's unfortunate, is that most people don't realize that words do hurt more than actions ever will. I just hope I made myself clear in explaining that if you're new, the community is toxic, and you have to be careful with who you talk to, because you don't want to end up getting in this imposter situation that I got into. I'm going to call it the Among Us situation. That was funny. But yeah, that situation sucked. I had to deal with it even though I had nothing to do with it, and I still got attacked because I had no information to do with being impersonated. I will admit I did make a lot of mistakes in a lot of toxic situations that I have dealt with, but the most recent one, I think I handled it pretty well. I think I made like a few mistakes. One was when I unblocked the main account, I kind of told him like, you have like 5 minutes to respond to me, because I had to go eat, and I think he took it the wrong way, thinking I was like a spoiled YouTuber who thinks the world revolves around him. But that's really not it. I just had to go eat, and that caused another argument because he misinterpreted it, and he assumed that what I meant was what he thought, when you really could just ask like, what do you mean there? But yeah, you just have to be careful. Community can be toxic, and there's a lot of issues with it, but there's also a lot of good parts. I'd recommend finding the good parts before you find the toxic parts, because it's just scary. Like if you our community, like you guys probably know about Roblox Studios, was it? Not him. It was somebody that made a video on Loomian Legacy, and he was basically complaining about Brick Bronze for 5 minutes straight about why it's better than Loomian Legacy and why it should be back. And then like a week later, he made a video on why Llama Train Studios is the best company. And I was reading the comments, and it was everyone just being like, this guy does not want to get backlash from the Loomian Legacy community. And you really don't. You really, really don't. But honestly, that video was really funny. It was a funny video to watch. But yeah, you just gotta be careful. I don't see any people addressing this big issue. Is that we are just too toxic for comfort. Just be careful with who you talk to. Don't take this video the wrong way as me complaining about what has happened to me, because I am kind of doing that. But at the same time, I'm giving valid points as to why my point stands. Because I was attacked in the 7 situation because I didn't know someone was being impersonated. He got all of his friends to gang up on me because I blocked him, and he just started calling me names, and I didn't know there was an imposter. How am I supposed to know? That's the point of an imposter. You're not supposed to know they exist. In the Earthsnack situation, I just let that thing blow out of proportion. I don't know why I did that. I just let it blow out of proportion, thinking it would just blow over. But yeah, it's helped me get to where I am now. But if you deal with toxicity and that ever happens to you, just block. You just block them. And just block them. That's the best thing you can do. It really is. That's what I did, and it worked for a little bit until I got pulled in the imposter situation. Because some guy thought it was a good idea to do that, thought it would be funny. But in reality, it really wasn't. That's also an issue. Was that impersonator guy. Why did he think that was a good idea? Why did he take time out of his day to impersonate someone and then ruin someone else's day? I really don't get it. I really don't understand why someone would do that. But yeah, that'll probably be the end. I hope people don't misinterpret what I'm trying to say. I think I made myself pretty clear and given some valid points. If you have anything else you want to say, just say it in the comments. You really can, but those are just my thoughts, and what we could do to improve is just to really just stop being toxic. I know it's not just gonna happen. Just because I say it, someone like a small YouTuber is gonna be like, hey, you should stop this, just because you think I'm butthurt about getting attacked all the time. No. Just stop. Because what if there's a new player that's enjoying the game and then they decide to fight the toxic player? They don't want to play anymore because they get attacked by a toxic player. Yeah. I think it's really through misunderstandings is why this community is toxic. Just, you gotta be careful out there. From what I've been through, be very careful. If you're enjoying this game and you're new to it, play with your friends. Don't get into the like Loomian Legacy Discord or any of the other actual Discord servers before you are like into the game enough to where you want to start playing it like and get better at it. That's when I would say you could join. Just be careful. It's a toxic place out there, and I hate for someone else to go through what I've gone through to get to where I am. But yeah, please do not misinterpret what I'm trying to say. I think I made myself pretty clear. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.